Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Milton Brookline Synthetics. Interviewing a good friend, to me, a Mopar great, Jerry Stein, the teacher's pet, and just gonna run down quickly some things that he has done. He's been racing since 1963, the stock class, with 1963 and 64 Mopars. In 1976, he was Division I champion. Also in 1976, he won the NHRA national event at Gator Nationals. In 1976, again, he won the NHRA national event at Senair in Grand Nationals in Canada for the stock eliminator. In 1982, he won the stock eliminator, NHRA eliminator again in Senair, Canada. In 1986, he won stock eliminator at Englishtown Summer Nationals. And in 1990, he won stock eliminator again at Englishtown and Summer Nationals. The great, the legend, the Mopar great, Jerry Stein.
Hi, y'all.
Hey, Jerry.
Hope everybody, first, I want everybody to be safe in this wild world we're living in now. Just stay safe, y'all.
So, Jerry, if you can, I read a brief synopsis of what and how you guys started, but what interested you in cars to begin with?
Well, when I graduated high school, my dad bought me a 1958 Plymouth convertible. I attended college. I'm a retired physical education teacher. Went to Montclair State University and Panzer College. Best in the country. And I got to run, and street racing was popular. Matter of fact, we lived American graffiti back then, bro. We did. And I like speed, fast cars. I put a 413 engine in my 58 convertible. That was my first thing. And then after I graduated college, I bought a 1963 Plymouth factory max wedge car, 3-speed stick.
Remember how much you paid for that, Jerry?
Paid $2,400 for the thing.
Wow.
Okay? Way back. Now, those cars were factory race cars. Chrysler's thing at that time was to race on Sunday and sell on Monday. I had absolutely no help from factory. I didn't know nothing about it. Okay? I was a pretty good mechanic, okay? But I got started. And first time out, I raced at Island Dragway in New Jersey. No money, just trophies. There's a picture, which we'll show you later. And I was hooked. And I guess I consider myself one of the foremost racers of the max wedge in the country. Well, what can I say?
And at that time, really nothing was beating those max wedge cars.
Well, Ford had the 427s. It was badass stuff, man. Thunderbolts, everything.
But those max wedges came out on top for the most part.
Well, it depended on how you could drive. They were all pretty evenly matched.
Gotcha.
That was the early days of super stock racing. Just listen to the Beach Boys song. She's real fine. My 409.
That's the Chevy.
Yeah, the Chevy, bow tie guys. And of course, what was it? My Stingray by the Beach Boys there. Stuff like that. Gotcha. We lived American graffiti, guys and girls.
Gotcha. So, Jerry, how did you said you were a pretty good mechanic. How did you get into mechanics?
I just got tired of paying them stuff and
started fixing it
bought myself a Sears toolbox and started doing my own stuff.
Gotcha.
I had a motor done professionally by the Ram Chargers, and we improved upon it. That was in 1965. I was in the Army, got drafted and was proud to serve in Nancy, France for 2 years. Back then, that's what your Call of Duty was. Always proud of that and always happy doing it. Then when I came back, we converted the car from stick to automatic, and I did a little bit here, a little bit there, and didn't do much. And then I believe it was, what happened then? 1967, stock eliminator became popular, NHRA racing again, okay? And we set a national record, just a speed record at 116 miles an hour, which was pretty good.
What track was that at, Joe?
That was done at Englishtown.
Okay.
That was cool.
Okay.
I'm giving everybody a history lesson.
Yeah, and for the
Good thing I got a good memory. Anyhow, 1970 came about, and I always wanted recognition like everybody else, except they're too ashamed to admit it, okay? I knew that was my calling. I just liked the attention. And that's an honest statement.
Yes.
Okay, honestly, from the heart. 1970, I teamed up with Bob O'Brien, famous machine shop guy.
From Jersey?
He was from New Jersey.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Bobby, my dear friend.
Okay.
And we went up to, we were running pretty good. We went up to 1971 Sanair in Canada, and we set 2 national records. B stock automatic and C stock automatic.
What was the time on it? You remember?
Well, we set them on the brakes. Back then, if you ran off to what the national record was. And Chrysler was very protective of the national records. And I instantly became their enemies. Okay? Now, at the 1971 Sanair Nationals, one of my proudest moments was getting recognition. My good friends Pete Tritek, R.I.P., rest in peace, Dom Rinaldi, who were sponsored by Chrysler. A guy named Maxwell and Kofel were up in the stands rooting their best people on, okay, Mopar guys, and I was the enemy. I went down and made a time trial. I set low qualifier at 11:20. I went down. I was on the brakes.
Wow, that car was faster than that.
Well, no, I went 11:40. I'm sorry, my bad. 11:40 on the brakes, like at 102 miles an hour. Okay, and I was still low qualifier. That car was mean, baby. Fastest in the country. No brag, just fact. Back in '71. Okay, we ran on 7-inch tires, and you had a stock eliminator. You had to have stock parts. Period. Very well policed by NHRA. You could be protested at any time.
Was there any limitations on fuel? Or they just wanted your parts?
Well, back then we used Sunoco, what was it, 280.
Okay.
There was no trick fuels back then.
Okay.
But the stuff had to be legal. They weighed you after every round and tore you down when they wanted. So your stuff had to be on target.
Oh, you get
Anyhow, come Sunday, time trials, I let it all hang out. I went 11:14 at 124 miles an hour. And Pete Tritek and Rinaldi were egging on for Max. He says, look at Stein, man. He's making fools out of all of us. Because at that race, there was about 10 super stock Hemi cars that ran super stock. Same weight as me. Same category, except they were super stock. Big tires, any cam you want, anything.
Wow.
And the fastest winner up there was going to be allowed to win stock eliminator at the Indy Nationals. And I went as fast as any of them. The fastest one of them guys was Tim Richards. You might recognize the name. Timmy Richards went 11:14. And man, I just instant smiles. Can't beat that, bro.
So Jerry, was there any tricks to getting that car running that fast? Did you know something that the rest of them didn't know?
Hell yeah.
And those are secrets that you're going to keep with you.
Being a dummy, I passed a lot of them on to people that I knew well. But we had our stuff together. We worked. We changed converters. We did everything.
Did you guys have access to dynos then? Or
Hell no.
So this was just by ear.
My dyno was 1,320 feet long. I changed camshafts at the track. You name it, we did it. I thrashed. Me and a guy named John Traxel ran Oldsmobiles.
Mm-hmm.
Big national name back then. We thrashed.
And I bet that's with every trick that you can, with every...
Well, there's certain stuff in stock eliminator. You're only allowed a camshaft. Camshaft in that car was only 509 lift.
So now you're trying to lighten the car. Is that what some of your
You
tricks?
can't. You had to weigh.
Wow.
The car had to be weighed after every round.
It's almost mission impossible. To really, you'd have to know your stuff.
Not when you applied yourself.
Gotcha.
Then I got out of racing for a while. Well, I won't mention why.
Okay.
I had people driving me. Bobby Pagano was driving for me. He took over the reins
was racing
while I was living the family life with my ex-wife down in Florida. And I got back into it in 1975.
Now, is that when did you buy the second teacher's pet car?
That was bought in 1970, the tomato can, my red car.
Okay.
Bought that in Newark, New Jersey, paid $2,000 for it. An original Max Wedge car with the engine in it.
And that was from a dealer you bought that from?
No, I bought it from a private dude.
Wow, $2,000. You couldn't get that. You couldn't get nowhere near a car like that for $2,000 now.
Now those, we'll get into that later. But when I came back in '75, I hooked up with Bill Sorelli in Patterson, and his shop was in Patterson, New Jersey, right around the corner from where I taught.
Okay.
And in 1976, we set 4 records during the year, and I became division champ that year.
Wow.
Okay, and won 2 races, the only one to win 2 races. And I should have won the CarCraft All-Star Award that year, but I won it in '77, and you'll see in the pictures he'll be showing you. That I'm very proud of. That was an honor.
Quick question. So,
Yeah.
Jerry, your first teacher's pet car, when you bought the second teacher's pet car out, was someone else racing that car, or you kind of put that car to the side?
Let me see. That car, off and on, once in a while, somebody would at a race, but I kind of kept both cars and had nobody driving for me. And at the end of let's see, what year was that? '72. Bobby Pagano was doing it, and he and I both won #1 champion in the Englishtown Awards that year.
With the both cars.
Yeah, the 2 cars.
And you were telling me there's a third teacher's pet? Or you
No, there's a car in my garage which you'll get some pictures of. I got out of NHRA racing in 1994. Hooked up with a longtime friend, Jack Wurst, famous car, Mr. 5 and 50, heavy duty Chrysler sponsorship. And they turned out, when I started winning national race, they loved me, Chrysler. And for 5 years, we had a Winnebago. Jack was a big Winnebago dealer. He was a big man with Winnebago. We had 5 years with a sponsorship from Winnebago. I had about 8 of them. And some big bucks from Chrysler and parts for 5 years.
Nice.
Then I got back into stock eliminator, and I just got tired of the way they were teching it, I mean, Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles were probably would have made better tech inspectors. No diss toward NHRA, but finally they got their shit back together. Bill Dismuke, farmer, famous NHRA man, he came back and straightened the whole stock eliminator out, and I started racing again. And piddle-paddled around, and had to get out of it in 2002 to devote my, at that time I wasn't tired of it. Still have all my cars, selling parts, building engines. My family was more important to me at that time, and that's life. Family comes first.
Definitely. So, Jerry, just briefly, you named the cars the teacher's pet. How did you come up with that name?
Well, I was a physical education teacher.
There you go.
I got the reference from the song by Doris Day, Teacher's Pet. If you remember, if you're old like me.
No, I'm not.
And the movie Teacher's Pet with Clark Gable.
Gotcha.
Back in the early '50s, that was, I named it that. A lot of people have named it that, but I guess it applied. It was cool.
I think somebody took your name. I had Googled you the other day.
It don't matter who
Teacher's
took my
pet
name.
in some. It was on another
Hey,
type
look.
of car.
Hey, doesn't mean anything to me who was first. Okay? Don't matter. Don't matter one bit to me.
There you go. So, Jerry, you have you ever taught people how to work on cars, or
Well,
people will come to you for secrets?
there's a pro stock guy running named Al Przinski. He runs pro stock out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
And I showed him how to assemble his first motor and stuff. And I mean, I who would have thought a guy like me, a physical education teacher, would become a stock eliminator and street eliminator. You know, anybody who's interested in Mopars, I do motors, and I guarantee them best stuff you can buy.
Gotcha.
All top of the line stuff. I still do it.
Oh, you still do it. That's
Yep.
good. That's
And
good.
I follow through on everything I build. But guys, I've run into people that have motors in their cars for 20 years. Just happy to do it. One of my early mentors, John Bolander from J&J, he said to me, Steiny, either do it right or don't effing do it at all. That was John Bolander.
So, Jerry, do you bring the cars out often? Just
No.
to any events?
No.
You thinking about bringing them out to?
I am not going to be. I've been, but I'm not interested. The cars, the 163 Plymouth is for sale.
Oh, is it?
And yes, it's for sale. It's on my face page book online.
What's you know the name of the page in case the viewers?
Just Jerry Stein.
Teacher's Pet?
No,
Just Jerry Stein.
Jerry Stein.
Okay.
Period. Lake Hiawatha, New Jersey, and yeah.
What's your plan for the other Teacher's Pet? You're gonna hang on to that
Well,
one?
the tomato can is not for sale. That's my original 64 that won 4 national meets. I have the 5 and 50 car, which is an original Max Wedge car, which we'll get some pictures of that later down in the garage. That's in the garage, and that's the car sponsored Jack Worsworth. That car is also for sale.
Wow.
For somebody who wants to run nostalgia or just be a part of history.
That's a nice car too. And Jerry, you might as well talk about that clean Valiant that I saw.
Well, I'm not worried about it.
You're not worried about that?
No,
But there's
and
Mopar
anybody
guys.
out there that needs Mopar parts, I have thousands of parts, and if I don't have it, I know people in the country that do have it.
Nice.
Do not be ashamed to give me a call.
So, Jerry, if someone that sees this wants to contact you, again, contact you through your Facebook page?
No. 973-214-5943. Call me anytime.
That's Jerry Stein. Now, guys,
That's
listen,
just my cell phone.
that's his cell phone. And again, look at all of the records that he held on a car that had so many limitations.
Well, we did set about 23 national records throughout the years, but hey, what are you going to do?
That speaks for itself. For guys
Like I said, look, my quote is, people, I saw you race when I was a kid and all. I say, look, better to be a has-been than a never was. So, peace out.
And no, Jerry, you got to tell that other one. You were in Baghdad.
Oh, no.
You're not going to tell that one,
No,
Jerry.
that's private. You have to call me on the phone about the Baghdad. Sorry about that, bro.
So, Jerry, anything else you think we need to cover on this interview before I start shining on all of your awards, which are, to me, amazing, and the pictures?
Well, I don't care what my political beliefs are. Common sense. Common sense, okay? I'm not telling anybody to vote for anybody else, but you'll see the pictures on the wall, and you'll know where I stand.
That's Jerry keeping it
Sorry
up
about
great.
that.
Hey, you can't apologize for who you are, Jerry.
No, hey, that's me, bro.
That's it. That's take it or leave it.
And also, I believe in back the blue.
There you go.
Positively. Back the blue, brothers and sisters.
And go faster than these Mopars.
Well, hey.
Well, the Chevy's in the force, but we're Mopar guys, so
Listen,
we're going to just talk about
I raced a guy
Mopars.
in my class. I ran him a couple of times for national events. His name was Dave LeBrun. He had a 427 Camaro, and we were best of friends. During the race, if he needed his tires were bad, I gave him the tires off my car and vice versa. Also, another great good friend of mine, still friends to this day, was Kenny Coombs. nice Southern gentleman from Kingston, North Carolina. And he had another ace stocker. I raced him in the final at San Air in '76. We couldn't tell who won that race.
That's how close
And
it
we're
was.
close today. And also, I'd like to mention my great dear friend, Charlene Wood. She was division champion in '75. She ran a Pontiac called Tons of Fun. And boy, she could drive. She could drive, and we're friends to this day. We talk at least once a week.
Nice.
Fine young lady. She lives in, New York State, near Sarasota. So.
Oh, state New York.
She's cool.
Jerry, can you tell me the name of that special that Steve McNally did on you for the viewers in case they want to see anything
it's
further?
on. It's called Steve Magnani, famous Mopar guy, always on Barrett Jackson.
And Hot Rod TV.
And yeah, Hot Rod TV, cool dude. Another 426 max wedge guy. He and David Hakeem from Chrysler came to the house, and they did a documentary called Dart Road Trip. Okay? And it was cool. You can get it on the internet. Just Google it.
Yeah, it should be on YouTube.
Yeah, it should be.
Should be on YouTube.
It's cool. It's cool. And it was nice. Very nice experience.
Yeah, definitely want to check that out. The viewers, that'll be another episode that they did a little coverage on Jerry's times behind racing and stuff like that. Well, Jerry, if that's it, we're gonna start getting some pictures of the Wallies, and we'll get to your wall. I want to get to all of your.
Well, some of the Wallies are
some of them
spread out. But...
Some of them, yeah, I see most of them, and we'll get a few shots of the car, and then we'll wrap it up. So we're gonna start. As we get to it, Jerry, can you tell us a little of each? Which one was this?
Oh God, let's see. Man, how the hell is this damn thing? Division I champion. This is the one from '76. Division I champ.
There you go. Okay,
That and the dime will get you a cup of coffee, don't
yeah, it means something to us racing guys, Jerry.
This here one is.
I see it say world.
No,
champion.
this is the division champion. Can't read it anymore.
I see it says Northeast Division.
Yeah.
This one also
That's-
is for stock.
Yeah, that's the stock.
Same one
Wins the
too.
world championship.
Oh, you know what? That's the '79, Jerry. This one is 1979.
Right.
Maybe that one's a different year.
Yeah, that was division champion again. I
Yeah, for the
forgot I
stock.
won it. I won it twice.
Look at that. Just see when you got all of you got so many of them, you forget how
I
many.
don't know. I won that division championship twice. I forgot all about it. Sorry about that.
You got some more up here, Jerry, too.
Oh yeah, well those. Damn. Oh, you son of a bitch. I don't know, man. I don't know. You're gonna have to take them down, bro. Shit. This is from the Grand Nationals.
Drivers Award.
Yeah, that was
This is
just
a
a
class winner.
class win.
You know, Jerry, we won't take them down.
No,
We'll just
they're
point
there.
to them. They're
But
up
they're there,
there. You got them.
and I'm happy to have them.
Those are nice.
Oh, shit.
I did it for you. Nice. Also, got one over here, too. Yeah, a little wall of fame over here. So what's this one we're looking at, Jeff?
That's the Carcraft Stock Eliminator
All-Star
All-Star
jersey.
Team in 1978. This here one's the Nate Cohn Memorial Award given to a great guy, Nate Cohn. May he rest in peace.
You got this one.
And this one here is from Harry LaPlatte's Drag Race Hall of Fame. I was one of the first ones inducted.
Yeah,
This
you
here one-
said indicted, Jerry.
This one here is the first time I won a
1960.
trophy.
So this, okay. That was before you painted the Cheetah's Pet.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that was the first race.
So
I
that
ever
car
went.
is actually this car.
No,
The front looks the
this
same.
is a '63. That's sold.
Oh.
Sold that.
And what's this picture, Jerry? Who you here with?
That's hold on. We'll take it down so y'all can see it. Hold on. Can you get it?
You want me to-
That's me and Bobby O'Brien, one of my mentors.
Wow.
Yep.
And this
Great
was
guy.
one of the events that you won, or
No, this
This
is
is
just
just a
taken
day.
at Island Dragway.
Gotcha.
And Bobby drove for me too.
oh, was he one of your drivers?
Oh yeah, he drove. Yeah, he also drove for me.
And what? Oh, this is definitely Englishtown. I could tell by the snap on.
Yeah, that's
Wheels up.
That's Jimmy Morgan driving,
Oh, is it?
and this one here is me at Island Dragway.
Gotcha.
The last pass I made at Island Dragway.
This is the last pass, Jer?
last pass I went. I forgot the ET, but I cut a 500 light.
Can't get better than that.
Not rare, but I never watched.
No electronics. That was on foot? That was a foot brake?
Hell yeah!
Oh, my. Jerry, what's this big one here?
Oh, that's from the Hall of Fame induction stuff. A whole bunch of stuff on there.
Nice. That was one of your cars? Yes, this
Yeah, I
teacher's
had
pet. You had a wagon.
Yeah, I had a wagon.
So I didn't know about that, Jerry.
Man, there's a whole bunch of them. So.
Nice.
Here you go.
Carcraft Magazine, 1978, All-Star
Yeah.
Drag Racing Team.
You'll see the decals on the back of
You
the
even
car.
made the Mopar.
Yeah, man, I've been in magazines. Big deal.
It's a big deal to us, Jerry.
Nah.
Guys like us not in the magazines.
Hey, look, man. Hey, what are you going to do,
I
man?
like this. Jerry, tell me about this picture. The Summer Nationals, 1990.
That's when I won the Summer Nationals in
Nice.
1990.
San Dimas, California?
No, that
Oh, that's
was
where the
that was
picture's
in
from.
Summer Nationals.
Okay,
yeah.
that's where the picture's
Yeah,
from.
I was too cheap to get copies made.
Jerry Stein, remember when?
That's Charlie Graff did that.
That's nice. With
A
the,
good
look
boy,
at the Camaro.
Yeah, well,
That's
he
nice.
was a division guy, good friend of mine, Charlie Graff. And that's at Englishtown.
Wow, you even got more Jerry, get these
Yeah,
trophies all over
they're
the
class
place.
winners. I don't care. I raced for class at Indianapolis class, and I won it. Won it 5 out of 6. Not too shabby.
Gotcha.
I didn't race that many national events either. I only raced 30 national events.
Only 30. Only 30,
Well,
Jerry.
that's throughout the years. You know, I was more interested in family than traveling.
Understood.
I mean, I don't care.
Understood.
It's a good batting average. I'm not very good at math, but do the math. Not bad.
So let's go downstairs and get some of this cars.
This is going in one of my street cars that I'm building. It's here. It's a Stage 2 engine from Panda Carburetors.
Stein Racing Engines.
Yeah, I'll give you some decals.
Okay. Guys, this is a piece of history here.
Oh no, that's
We're talking about
that's
you.
going in the car I'm building. Now this here
Good.
is a
Such
car
great
that I
thing.
got sponsored with Winnebago and Chrysler. It used to say Mr. 5 and 50 on it, but it says teacher's pet.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'll show you this thing.
And this is the one that's for sale, Jerry?
Yeah, this is an original Max Wedge car. Bro, there's more parts here than you could fucking.
I see.
You could stake it. I got 60 blocks on the curb.
Oh.
This is our nostalgic car out of the 5 and 50 car.
Wow.
Got it?
Very nice. Yeah. Let me get it all. Very nice.
Original Max Wedge car.
It's your opportunity to own one. It's for sale. Go on Jerry's Facebook page and find out how much. Work out your deal.
This car here. Wish we could get the interior.
As best as we could.
This has got a restoration. Gary Ball,
Wow.
best
this is
best
nice.
interior guy in the world. And if you need any interior parts or any part at all for a Mopar, see me. Guy's name is Gary Ball.
Who does your cages, Jerry?
This is done by a guy named Todd Schuster. This was only a roll bar, no cage.
Right, I see it's only a ball in the driver's
And back
side.
then, the one in the tomato can.
Just what Jerry calls a tomato
Come here,
can.
well, it is. Look. Look.
Tomato can.
This has got just a little liquid bar chromoly, which was
All that they required.
legal back then. Yeah.
Wow.
Now you got to have
A full cage.
not a full cage. You got to have a different roll bar. This car, somebody wants to sell their house and buy it, you can do it.
Oh, you actually got the engine out at this time.
Now, the engine's in the engine stand.
Gotcha.
Show this one here. Take this picture. This is the state of the art. Going to make 630 horsepower. This bad boy.
Nice.
It's sitting as a spare. It's ready to go when I sell this car. When I sell the car, I'm going to show you.
Nice.
State of the art.
Nice. And this is from Chrysler? Or
No, this is from Stein. It's going to make 620 horsepower, 25 horsepower. Okay. Now I'm going to take you all out to the trailer. Show you the car that.
Jerry, these cars are in such great shape.
Well, hey.
Look at this.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Nice.
Come out to the trailer.
I'm coming with you, Jerry.
You're not recording this, are you?
Well,
On the right there. That's what they used to put on the cars when, at Indianapolis.
Wow.
Also take a picture of my chin-up bar.
look at Jerry chin bar.
Keep my ass in shape.
He gotta. These young guys out here hungry.
Kidding me?
They're hungry.
This car is on the market for sale. This car went 25 years ago, 1029.
Wow.
This on 9-inch tires with a 509 lift cam stock. Stock, baby. Added a full cage to this bitch too, man. Never ran it with the cage. Can't open it.
No, I'm just gonna put the camera.
Full cars for sale.
Nice. Again, look at Jerry's page if you wanna.
The aluminum on it is worth $25,000. The transmission in it is worth $7,000. And I can get the car going in the 9s stock on 9-inch tires with the motor that you saw in the garage.
Wow. That's good stuff.
For sale. I want to buy my daughter a house in Florida. My oldest. Sorry for walking like a fucking buffoon, but here you go. Aluminum front end. Cherry, baby. Let me open the hood. Feel the aluminum on the tab.
Oh man, very nice.
See them wires?
Very nice.
Nobody has them. You know why?
Why?
They never realized how much you can gain by it.
Who made
They're
these
called
wires?
Nology wires.
Never heard
They
of
got a
them.
capacitor at the end. You have to ground the spark plug wire.
Wow. Meant to run with a magneto or not? Just
No,
the way they were?
That's stock Chrysler stuff.
Wow. Jerry, this
MSD
is
7.
nice. Now, they wouldn't let you run aluminum radiators then, or there was no reason to, no need?
No, you couldn't. You had to run a stock
Yeah,
radiator.
stock, right.
However, stock radiator weighs 40 fucking pounds. This here, I have a 6-cylinder.
Ah, gotcha.
Half the weight.
And you never had cooling issues?
Hell no.
Right,
Start
just
out
running
the
down
start line, leave the start line at 120, come back, and the car was 160 degrees, no hotter.
You know something? So, Jerry, here's the best part. You got to share with us your experience with Amsoil, and how did that help you at all?
Oh, yes, definitely. And I don't tell too many people about this. When I packed the wheel bearings with it, we picked up 2 to 3 hundredths of a second.
Using the Amsoil wheel
Yes,
bearing.
sir.
There you go.
And the oil, plus its longevity, I'd say it'd give you a big pay raise in horsepower that you won't expect.
Yes, indeed.
And the stuff works and lasts.
There you go. So from Jerry Stein, we never heard it before, but Amsoil was with Jerry throughout his career. Ain't that something?
Yep. Stored in a gentleman's garage for 20 years. Got a 273, factory 273. Got re-chrome bumpers, repainted, brand new tires, brand new NOS hubcaps. It's a 273 V8 with dual factory exhaust.
And this is a 65 Plymouth Valiant. One of my first fastest cars, and I'll probably put a picture of mine up too when I was racing it.
And it can be yours for $5,000 for best offer.
There you go. Look at this, one clean 4-door. This is one clean 4-door.
Better than buying a new car, you can at least work on the fucker.
That's right, and have some fun.
Ooh.